Coding agents like Cursor, Claude Code, and Codex are making it easier than ever to build apps. Even if you've never coded before, these AIs will work non-stop to help you build cool things like this. A fully interactive globe showing hundreds of flights over time. I made this in just 5 minutes from a single prompt. But here's the fun part. This globe did not come from any of those agents. It came from an agent I built myself. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how shockingly simple it really is. Let's go. In 2022, if I prompted a language model to make a 3D sphere in Python, it would just write some code here in this chat box. I'd have to copy it, create a file, and paste it in myself. But in 2025, things are a little different. Watch what happens now. I type this same request. The language model generates some special text. And suddenly, a file appears on my computer. And it has working code. If we go back to the chat, this special text here is the breakthrough. It's the language model using a tool called writeFile to directly create sphere.py on my computer and put some Python code in it. Language models can now use tools to actually do things outside of this chat. Let me push it further. Give sphere.py a user interface. Watch what happens. The model uses a new tool, readFile, to open the file. The contents flow into this chat so it can read it. Then it decides to use writeFile to create an HTML interface for the sphere. Finally, it says it's all done. We now have a working app on my computer. Isn't that cool? But you want to know what's even crazier? At its core, this whole thing is just 12 lines of code. Let me walk you through it. We start with my prompt and some tools. Then we ask the language model for a reply. If the model wants to use a tool, for example, writeFile, we execute it immediately. But what if the model wants to use another tool? It turns out we can just loop back here for another reply and execute it as well. If, however, the reply is not a tool call, for example, when the model simply says it's all done, we instead display that text to the user, let them provide another prompt, and loop again to keep the conversation going. That's it. This is a coding agent. This loop can run over and over again, reading and writing files continuously until your task is done. One final note is we need to save every part of the chat, including all replies, all tool results, which might be file contents, and all new prompts. This chat now holds the full coding history, letting the model remember exactly what it read and wrote, so it always knows what to do next. With this memory, the loop runs non-stop, building complex apps across dozens of files. I built a full version of this coding agent in Python, and I'm calling it iCode. You can see the same loop, chat saves, and tool calls. If we scroll down, this is basically a prompt that tells the model how to generate the special text needed to use readFile and writeFile. If we scroll further, this is the code that takes that special text and actually reads and writes the files on my computer. The whole implementation is under 150 lines of code, and you can use it to make full-blown apps. I put the link in the description so you can try it for yourself. Remember the globe from the beginning? With just one prompt and two tools, iCode worked for a few minutes straight and created all these files. Look at this code. Can you believe it? It's called iCode because, well, I didn't code any of this. You might have thought it would take a ton of complex engineering to make a bot that can build apps for you. But the secret is simple. Just run a language model in a loop and give it some basic tools. The real magic is in the language models themselves. They're now so smart they can do whatever it takes to build whatever you can imagine. Do you want to learn how language models work? Subscribe for more.